and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ari and I make vlogging videos where I just talk about random stuff going on in my life and talk a lot about health related things. Kind of wanted to talk a bit about how dysfunctional relationships can really cause a lot of issues for oneself, especially when being chronically ill. If you're in a dysfunctional relationship, you may not even know that you are. And some of the telltale signs, at least for myself, when being in one and being around people who are relatively dysfunctional and not emotionally regulated, is the amount of toxicity that they project onto you and the amount of blame that they project onto you. Something I've talked about numerous times. I don't know if so much on this channel, maybe like a little bit, kind of vaguely, like caretakers burnout and what that kind of stuff looks like. And basically with caretakers burnout, what ends up happening is someone will project their issues onto you and make you feel bad about yourself. So let's dive into this topic a little bit and discuss it. So for myself in the past, when I have asked people for help, people have been, willing and wanting to help. And then eventually it gets to a point where people get irritated with me for asking for help. Or when I do ask for help, they resort to calling me a problem or telling me that it's an issue that I am asking for help. So this falls into the caretakers burnout section, because when someone is not taking care of themselves and they are trying to do and be everything for another human being, they forget themselves and their wants and needs, and then by not doing those things actually can become if not a lot, abusive towards the person that they're caring for. So this kind of stuff ends up happening more often than not because people tend to put themselves on the back burner because caring for their loved one is more important. Now, I understand caring for your loved one is important, but it's also vital to take care of yourself. And if you're not taking care of yourself, you are potentially going to slip into caretakers burnout and start saying nasty things to the person that you love, adore, or care for. And the reality is, you can't put yourself on the back burner. You need to take time for yourself. You need to recharge yourself, and you need to take a step back from everyone and everything so that you're able to continue to care for the person that you care about. I have talked about it before and how when there is abuse in these kinds of situations, it can lead to criminal activity. Someone can become physically violent towards someone, or someone may end up threatening your life. And these are realities of things that we need to discuss as a community so that we can make a change in that. If we don't talk about it and we continue to sit on our hands and not say anything, or quiet our voices, or just hope that someone else will talk about it, things won't change. We need to be the change. We need to say the things that need to be said in order to bring about said change. So for myself, I have had people calling me a problem again. And this is something that really irritates me because it's unkind, it's uncalled for, and if it is a problem for you for me to ask for help, then stop offering your help. It's really rude to be like, yeah, I'll be there for you, I'll help you, and then you help me out and then proceed to call me a problem or tell me how I'm inconveniencing you and your life while helping me out when you said that you wanted to. It creates mixed messages, and it also creates tension in a relationship that doesn't need to be there. So learn to say the things that you mean, and don't just say things to try to hurt another person because of something they cannot control. I understand that I need help with certain things. I know that about myself. But putting myself in a situation where other people are just going to be mean to me is not something I want. So I do what I can to be hyper vigilant and hyper independent. But is that something I should be? No, I think that can be a little toxic to some degree, because then I don't want to rely on other people and I don't feel like I should be relying on other people. But the reality is we all need a little help from time to time. So it's vital to remember why we ask for help in the first place, or why those people are offering the help, right? If you are unable to do something, then don't do it. If you feel resentment towards someone because they're asking for help or they're relying on you, maybe have a conversation about why you feel resentment. Maybe you don't feel appreciated enough. Why do you not feel appreciated enough? If you're helping someone who's disabled and they don't have the fundage to pay you, but they can spend some time with you, maybe that can be a give and take situation there. You need to be open to things, and also people need to converse. Having conversation is vital, but not just having conversation. People talk about conversation needing to be something that everybody has nowadays, but rarely are people talking about comprehension. You can't just have conversation without comprehension. If you're not talking to one another and the other person isn't seeing your perspective because you both are not talking, that's obviously an issue. But if you're both talking and one person isn't even open to your perspective, then there's no comprehension. The communication is blocked. So you have to be able to communicate and comprehend what is being said, to then formulate a conversation that can bring about a solution. So doing those things is how you get to a solution. So if someone is feeling burnt out, maybe having another family member help out with rides or getting groceries or prescription medications or whatever it is, right? Shifting that need to help to other people can help to lighten the load. And I understand that not everyone has that either. It's very difficult as someone who's chronically ill to rely on other people. And when you're constantly asking for help because you need it, and then you feel like you're a burden, you stop asking for help. And then that can also cause a problem for the person who is chronically ill or dealing with disabilities. So there needs to be conversation, comprehension, and communication. The three things work together to create a solution. Without those three things, there is no solution. So thank you for joining me for my mini lecture, because apparently I give those when I talk about stuff, but it is what it is. It's the way that I am. I am a lecture-based person. So even though I'm not at that point yet in my career, but maybe someday I'll have lectures with slides and all sorts of fancy stuff, but who knows? I'm not the most tech-savvy person. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me for my video. Thank you to the new subscribers. Thanks for the likes and the comments. Truly appreciate that you guys keep coming back and interacting with me. It means the world to me. I hope to have another video for you when I can, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.